first and foremost, there's the Stop the Steal. All right, everyone knows about this. The whole Stop the Steal, Michigan. All right, now, supposedly, they called Michigan. All right, let's see. I got this somewhere. Hold on. Let me get rid of this. You know, it pops up all those things. All right, so Stop the Steal Michigan doesn't seem to work. All right, because the Board of Canvassers certified Michigan's results. This is today as 5:30, updated 5:30. So this was only an hour ago. All right, that they finally certified the Michigan election results. All right, it's not the, I mean, everyone's like, oh no, oh no. But then you look at this. This is from Jenna Ellis. Now she is the senior legal advisor for Team Trump. All right. This is straight from the Trump team. The Trump legal team statement on state certifications. Certification by state officials is simply a procedural step. We are going to continue combating election fraud around the country as we fight to count all the legal votes. Americans must be assured that the final results are fair and legitimate. You know, that's, how can anyone argue that? You know, how can anybody argue? Wouldn't you want all of the legal votes to be tallied? You know, wouldn't, if there is fraud and you truly did believe that you won fair and square, then what is the problem with letting them go through the process and trying to point it all out? So I think that this is part of, you know, I don't want to say part of the plan, because I don't think any of this was the plan. I think that they knew that this could potentially happen. Look at President Trump's executive order back in 2018. Look at his tweet from, well, the executive order, mind you, if you don't know what it is, it's basically an entire executive order based on the fact that foreign countries cannot manipulate our elections. Now, I just found out earlier today that China spent millions of dollars in the past 6 months manipulating our media. All right, they paid all these different publications to push out propaganda, pro-China, anti-whatever they want, all right? But they spent millions and millions of dollars over the past 6 months to manipulate us, the American people. What? Like, how is that legal? How are we allowing foreign governments to propagandize our citizens' minds? Okay, like, I don't watch television. I don't pay attention to mainstream media. I watch for them. I see what they're doing, but I don't like soak it in. You know, that's not my main source of where I'm getting information from. So we'll see. I mean, this whole Michigan being certified, this happened after I actually already had kind of my segments set up. But obviously, it's a part of this whole thing, you know. So they had a Stop the Steal rally today, Monday, this morning. They were meeting to stop the steal. This is Ali. I don't know his last name, but he puts these together, and they were meeting to go try to stop the steal. And I guess, you know, they're still gonna fight it. Here's a rally going on in Arizona, a Stop the Steal rally, drew a large crowd. Now, this is the other day. You know, they're out there. People are clearly still supporting the president. There's so much evidence and, you know, just stuff we're seeing that doesn't make sense. You know, people are showing up in droves to vote in Pennsylvania here specifically, to vote in Pittsburgh, and they already voted. They already found out that they voted already because someone made an absentee ballot for them and sent it in. So they're going in trying to vote and being told, you already voted. Sorry, have a good day. See you later because you already voted. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And it's like, how is that a thing? How are they letting that be, you know, a thing? It doesn't make any sense. Now, this is where we get into the good stuff. All right. This is from 2006. Okay, this is from CNN, all right, from 2006. I'm going to play this for you guys right now. Check this out.
This country is election count, and they can't tell you whether or not the Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States reviewed it or not?
They have no answer for us. And
these are the most arrogant, incompetent, bureaucratic idiots.
Smartmatic, based in Boca Raton, provides voting machines in local elections in the United States, like this election in Chicago in March. But Smartmatic has only
2006.
5 to 7 people working in Boca Raton, Florida. Smartmatic is a labyrinth of international holding companies owned by Venezuelan businessmen. The Smartmatic and other voting machine companies are private companies. They have proprietary software that can call a trade secret. Electronic voting experts with extensive experience say it's nearly impossible to verify if a proprietary system is tamper-proof.
All of the voting system vendors in the United States are private companies.
Impossible to verify if it's tamper-proof. You can't even verify and make sure that it's tamper-proof. Sorry, continue, please.
The problem is the closed-door proprietary nature of the process. The closed system we have right now makes it extremely hard to find out what's going on. And that means that should a thief get in a position of power, we would never know.
They would never even know. So we knew this was a problem 14 years ago. Okay, 8 years ago, President Trump, before he was president, said, look at this situation. What's going on there with these systems that they're bringing in and pumping into different states. Texas, they said, bye-bye. You're not allowed in our state because you can be fraud. You can be wrought with fraud, and we can't stop it. Right? So they were like, get out of here. We don't want you in here. Last minute changes in all the swing states, bringing all these things in. Go ahead.
Voter
Check this out.
watchdog groups and others in Congress are calling for a full review and say the ownership of all electronic voting companies should be reviewed to determine if it poses a risk to U.S. elections.
Wow, CNN. This was CNN. Can you believe that? This sounds like real reporting. You know what changed in 2012? Yeah, the media is allowed to give us propaganda now. They could say whatever they want from 2012. Thanks, Obama. Yeah. This is
The
real
U.S.
reporting.
Treasury Department today would not confirm or deny if a so-called CFIUS review is underway on Smartmatic. Watchdog groups question why U.S. voting machines would be under the control of citizens of another country, especially a country whose own election process is highly suspect.
They believe this is a national security issue.
Wait. What does that? What makes that familiar? It sounds so Oh, right. Cindy Powell was talking about that. She made that connection. All right. She said that. So this is now a surfacing video from 2006. Smartmatic and Dominion, they go hand in hand. All right. So this is an issue that we've known for a long time. This is why I'm thinking Trump knew this was going to happen. That executive order that he put forward 2 years ago was prepping for this. He was basically saying an emergency order to halt any sort of foreign interference. Now we're finding Smartmatic. Dominion is a Canadian software. It's Canadian. I mean, that is a foreign, that's not America. That's Canada. All right. You see that there's a conflict there. Yeah. I mean, it's not that I don't trust Canada, but I don't trust anybody outside of America. I don't even trust most political Americans right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure a lot of people out there feel the same way I do. Yeah, so I mean that pretty much sums it up. This is back when CNN was actually doing news. So this was 1 year ago. Researchers assembled over 100 voting machines, and hackers broke into every single machine. This is from Mother Jones 1 year ago. A cybersecurity exercise highlights both new and unaddressed vulnerabilities riddling the U.S. election systems. This is a year ago. This isn't 2006. This is 2019. Okay, this is after that executive order, running into this year, talking about these exact programs. Another video was surfacing the other day of Last Week Tonight, and John Oliver was talking about how the election programs can be hacked, and they were talking about this kind of stuff. And now they actually went on a crazy rant saying, well, all of the conservative right is posting our video around like it's sort of proving something. Well, we dug into it, and it's only certain swing states. So what you're saying is it's still possible. You're just trying to make it seem like it's not so much. This is one thing that's bugging me. Every time I see there's no widespread voter fraud. Yeah, it's in specific states. If it was in every single state, that would be widespread. It's all semantics with them. This semantics game. There's no physical, they can't physically do it. Wait, actually, do I have that? Here we go. Check this out. Dominion rep tells Fox News it's physically impossible to switch votes. Yeah, because there's no switch. You don't physically switch a button. It's an automatic, program that's not physically doing anything. It's all electronic. Electronically switching the votes. What is this semantics game? They really do think people are idiots. They really think that most Americans are just clueless. Okay, we'll accept that answer. No, I won't. I want transparency. And this just makes me not trust you even more, dude. You used to work for, I don't remember. He was like secretary for some person in government before, and now he's working at Dominion for some reason. It's like, what? He's just a rep for Dominion. You think Dominion's going to be like, well, all right, we'll come out and we'll actually talk about like, yeah, all right, it's electronically possible. No, they're going to be like, it's no widespread fraud. It's not physically possible to go around and single-handedly change all the votes. It's like, right, yeah, I know. Duh, of course. Like, there's not one person going around and going, hey, this Trump vote, it's now a Biden vote. Oh, Trump to Biden. Yes, another one bites the dust, moving on to machine to machine to machine. No, we're finding out they were connected to the internet. Dominion finally released that anybody, this is in Illinois, Chicago, I think specifically, that they have access to all of Chicago's records from anywhere in the world. They can connect to the Dominion software and read the results of any of the machines. That means any single Dominion employee that has access to that can sell it out to whoever wants it in the world, and they can access it from anywhere in the world. How is that not a big, huge red flag? That's a major red flag for me. I saw that and I was like, geez, this is bonkers. How much evidence do we need for people to go, all right, it might be widespread. All right, fine, it's not widespread, but at least it's fraud. All they say is they're denying widespread fraud. It's like, okay, deny fraud then. Okay, well, it's just a glitch. It's this glitch that keeps, glitching over. It's like, no, it's only one direction. A glitch would actually make it seem relatively the same. If it's a randomized glitch, then randomly it would do. But it was 100% in one direction, from Trump to Biden. That's it. How? That doesn't make any sense, right? Look at this. This is my own Twitter feed, right? Every day, I try to put a post out. Who will win the election? Donald Trump or Joe Biden? It's non-biased. Obviously, I'm holding out, but no one has been declared an official winner yet. Everyone's like, well, Joe Biden won. Why do you keep posting these? No, he didn't. AP, you see right below here, it says AP called the election. AP, I don't go to AP Media for my official election results, all right? I wait for the actual electors to choose and give them their votes and wait till the whole process is finished. So no one has been called who the next president is going to be, all right? Sorry, AP. I'm not going to trust your word, all right? I'd rather wait for the official sources, because Twitter actually changed it. Multiple sources called. It's no longer official sources, right? Because they're not official. Check this out. This is from somebody who posted it. This is from Madeline. All right, she posted this. I can't even vote. It won't even let me vote. Look, Twitter installed Dominion. She keeps hitting Donald Trump, and it just won't work. All right, now maybe it's a glitch. I don't know. It's awfully suspect though. All right, because I've actually been watching the numbers on my own polls, and they're changing. All right. It used to be 82%, then it was 81%, then it's 80%, and they're actually switching some of the votes. I'm watching them, Twitter. I'm seeing those votes. They're only 1 hour polls. 1 hour, that's it. How are they being altered? I'm seeing these numbers shift, all right, daily. Seriously, I'm watching them. I've been, and now I'm seeing this. I posted today. Obviously, I'm being fact-checked. All right, so somebody's paying attention to me because clearly I'm pushing the narrative of I don't believe their narrative, and that I feel is true with a lot of Americans right now, and rightly so because there's so many red flags. Jeez. And it's funny, look at this. Fixed computer glitch, glitch turns losing Republican into a winner in Oakland County. Now, I actually originally thought this was California, but it's actually Oakland County, I think Wisconsin. Is it Wisconsin? It's either Wisconsin. I'm pretty sure it's Wisconsin. Doesn't say anywhere. Okay. But either way, all right. Listen to the way he handles this, though. A computer error led election officials in Oakland County to hand an upset victory Wednesday to a Democrat, only to switch the win back to an incumbent Republican a day later. In Oakland County's 15th County Commission District, representing Rochester and Rochester Hills, the initial count gave a 104-vote margin to the Democrat, Melanie Hartman, amounting to a razor-thin majority of 50.08. That stunned the incumbent, Adam Kochenderfer, giving him a sense... whoa. Wow, that is... Is that the UFO? That's the UFO right now. Did you guys hear that? What? That was the UFO. Trump was speaking through my UFO. Did you guys hear that? What just happened? I don't know where that sound came from, but that was through the UFO. That was President Trump's voice. Where did that come from? Okay, that was weird. Anyway, where was I? My goodness, that was weird. Okay, yeah. That was crazy. Anyway, all right, check this out. So I thought that was that. Kochenderfer said those were the results, and I said I would not seek a recount. But what a difference a day makes in the weather, love, and the 15th district election for Oakland County Commissioner on Thursday. Kochenderfer was stunned again, this time by a call from Oakland County's Director of Elections, flipping the outcome to him. He calmly said, okay, that sucks. Surprising, but okay. And now it's like, so he could have rolled over and been like, he did roll over. He did say, fine, I lost, respectfully, okay. But it turns out he didn't, due to a glitch. A glitch. Sure. I don't believe it, okay? I don't believe it's a glitch, all right? It's happening too much. We're seeing it all over the place. All right, so now we have this whole Sidney Powell thing, right? Now, everyone freaked out when the Trump team yesterday said, look, she's on her own. She's doing her own thing. She doesn't work for the Trump campaign. And, people are like, whoa, bombshell. Like, they cut her off. Like, they're not working together. It's all a lie. And it's like, yeah, I'm sure that's what they want you to think. But bear in mind, what if it's a Republican? What if it's people in Trump's own, not necessarily his own cabinet, but people that work in the White House that might be dirty, that he hasn't been able to get rid of because he's wanted to get rid of them, or other Republicans that might have rhinos, for example. She's able to just do whatever she needs to do. This is actually a good article that kind of sums it up. This is from the Gateway Pundit. Michael Flynn Jr. releases more information on Trump's team Sidney Powell statement, and it's not what you think. Let's see, where is it here? Where is the actual statement? It was posted by Jenna Ellis, who I actually showed you earlier. Here it is. Okay, so this was the other day. Sidney Powell is practicing law on her own. She is not a member of the Trump legal team. She is also not a lawyer for the president in his personal capacity. Rudy Giuliani, attorney for President Trump, and Jenna Ellis, Trump campaign senior legal advisor and attorney for President Trump. So that's what they put out there. Now, Michael Flynn Jr., this is General Flynn's son, said Sidney Powell has been suspended from Twitter for 12 hours. She understands the White House press release and agrees with it today. She is staying the course to prove massive, deliberate election fraud that robbed we the people of our votes and President Trump and many other Republican candidates. Sydney is staying the course to prove the massive deliberate election fraud that robbed the American people of our votes for President Trump and many other Republicans. Now, she actually came out and released a statement, signed out, Kraken on steroids. She's a free agent. As far as I'm concerned, she can go after whoever she wants now. She's going after whoever she wants. Good. I want anything, any fraud. I don't care if you're a Democrat or a Republican. If you were taking bribes, which we know in PA even, a guy in April, he was like, I forget his actual title, but he was basically in control of elections in Pennsylvania, was arrested for taking bribes, changing votes. This happened in PA. In April, someone got caught in PA, which they've said openly, yeah, PA is a really dirty place, all right? 15 people just got indicted in like the mafia in South Jersey and in the Pennsylvania or Philadelphia area because they were racketeering drugs and all these different things. The list is quite long. I can't think of anything or all the stuff offhand, but man, this stuff is still going on. People think, oh yeah, everyone's so clean and trustworthy. No, we need transparency. Okay, that's what a lot of people want, and that's what we've been fighting for. For the most part, I just want to know if he won legitimately or if Biden won legitimately. I think Trump won legitimately. I think so. There was so much enthusiasm for President Trump and absolutely none for Biden. How did he get the votes that he got? All right. Now, that is not an argument. That is not evidence. That's just me being like shocked, to be honest. And people keep talking about that. Well, look at he got more votes than Obama. It's like, all right, well, TDS is a real thing. So, you think about it. It's like that could have played a part in why he got many votes. And to be honest, even if like 4 million votes swung, if they're saying 10 million votes would have been the swing, he still got a lot of votes. And I don't think any of them were for Biden. They were just not for Trump. That's it. I still don't think it's enough to actually win. Now, this is the crazy thing that I was telling you earlier. All right. Now, again, I just found this out. This is from Patrick Howley of the National File. It's not news guarded. But this is pretty crazy, all right? And, he posted this just today, and I was reading it, and I'm like, man, I don't know if this is true, but some of the things that are on here, I can't even read all of it because I have a feeling I'm being watched, and some of the stuff is pretty crazy. Now, you can see the link at the top. All right, whistleblowers, Biden implicated in Dominion voting scam connected to Serbia. Venezuela, Serbia, all these different random countries, but it's still kind of sketchy. Like I don't know anymore. Like like this could just be a bunch of smoke. It could be once the smoke clears, Trump might lose. I don't know. I certainly don't want that to be the case. I think he's keeping us from being sold out to China and making the entire world a communist nation under Chinese rule, which they've, again, said that they want. They think the world would be better under their rule. They, meaning Xi Jinping, because he runs it all. All right, so check us out. I'm just going to read basically the sum up. All right, I can't read the entire article. And again, I don't know if this is real or not. All right, this is definitely very more on the conspiracy side of things, but it could be true. All right. High-level whistleblowers exclusively tell National File that Dominion voting systems have been a national security threat for years, and its machines, programmed in Serbia, are known for vote flipping, like the kind that Dominion was caught engaging in during the 2020 presidential election in Michigan. According to whistleblowers, Democratic president candidate Joe Biden personally visited Serbia to take part in a scheme that gave Democrats control of Americans' Dominion voting machines in coordination with Eric Holder's Justice Department. The plot is also linked to the Chinese, the Clinton Foundation, and Soros. This article will take you through the entire plot step by step. All right, I'm not gonna go through this step by step, but it is crazy. All right. Now I already showed you that CNN video from 2006. We knew this was a case. All right, We knew that this kind of stuff, this article goes into that. Now, the whistleblowers are people that worked at Dominion. All right. This is not like random people. All right. And they list a lot of things that are actually accurate information that I already have cross-referenced and know from my general knowledge of what's going on right now. So it's pretty insane, the amount of stuff that's going on in here. And, I mean, there's a lot of words and a lot of keywords that I have a feeling I might get in trouble for even saying what I've already said. So I don't know. It's pretty insane. You know, they also quote InfoWars. There's a lot of stuff, but I mean, he was right about a lot of things. I'm talking about Alex Jones, but you know, I don't know. It is a stretch, but even if a fraction of this is true, wow. And that's the same thing with all of the fraud that we're seeing. No one seems to believe what it is, where the glitches are just glitches. The widespread election fraud isn't widespread enough to be considered widespread. It's just simply fraud, but they're just denying the widespread. It's never happened before. Yeah, okay, you could say that it's never happened on the level that people are saying that it's happened. That's not saying that it isn't possible. This is what frustrates me about all these people. They just want to accept it. Can't you just accept it? Cry more, cope, just cope. It's like, look, I just want transparency. You're not giving me transparency. You're treating me like a little child when you're being a little child, having a temper tantrum, demanding that you win when, you know, I know the rules of the game and they're clearly not being played the way the rules should be being played. And that's frustrating to me. Like, no, I know the rules. Let's follow the rules. Okay? I'm not going to play this game where I know you're holding the cards, you know, behind your back, and I know that those are the winning cards, and then I know how to legitly play the game, and then you claim, oh, well, I win because I have these cards. It's like, well, I know that's not how it's played. We got to follow the rules, and if we follow the rules and you get those cards, okay, then I'll accept it. But until then, I need transparency. I need to know what's going on. So this is, you know, Michigan certifying their votes. Okay. Yeah, all right. Do I believe it's over? No, definitely not. Do you think Trump's going to concede? No way. He said it himself. Look, if I just want to know if Joe won legitimately. And from what I'm looking at, from what I'm seeing, it doesn't look like he won legitimately. Quite the opposite. He's straight up saying, I won, and we're going to prove it. He's very, very adamant on that and sure of himself. And, I mean, when that man is sure of himself, I mean, if he thinks that he is if it's a ploy to, like, fake it, that doesn't seem the type of person to me that's going to try to fake something this big. I think that he knew exactly what was going on. All right, we knew in 2006, we knew that this was a problem. Smartmatic was a problem. That we couldn't even verify if the machines were not touched, if someone messed with it or not. We don't know. That's why Texas was like, get that system out of here. Like, no way. We're not going to have Dominion in our system because it can be manipulated. A year ago, 100 machines, hackers got into every single one. Why? Because hackers are hackers. They're good at what they do. You can't stop a hacker that really wants to get into whatever they want to get into. If they want to get into the system, if someone pays enough money to have that system changed, they're going to get into that system and change it. Simply put, we can't change that. Now we look at how China put millions of dollars into the media here in the past 6 months. Well, what has happened in the past 6 months? Racially charged, anti-Trump rhetoric, coronavirus, everything was Trump's fault. Trump is the worst. And nobody is talking about all the good things that he's done, which are many good things that man has done for this country. And that's a whole side conversation that we can get into. But that's not what I'm talking about right now. It's crazy the amount of propaganda that they're allowed to do. And we're supposed to just believe that, no, these Dominion machines, like, no, They can't physically change the votes. Don't worry, just accept that semantic, and let's move on. Can you just accept what happened? No, I will accept it once I know for a fact that my vote counted, and that everybody's vote counted, and that the dead people that voted, their votes are taken away because they're dead, and they don't get a vote because they're not alive anymore, or the people that went to vote and were told, oh, your absentee ballot is already here. We already have your vote. Over 40,000 people. 40,000 absentee votes came in before they went in to vote themselves, which they have done their entire lives, and all of a sudden they already filled out their vote? Okay, I'm sorry. No, there's too many red flags. There's too much stuff that is all coming out. All right, that's why the COVID talk is going through the roof now. All it is COVID, 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 COVID. When they thought Biden was going to win, it was like, everybody celebrate Biden. Go out and get into a crowd and celebrate. Lori Lightfoot in the middle of Chicago, no mask, surrounded by thousands of people going, yay, woo, we won, in a megaphone. I see a bunch of other people without masks. And then all this fraud stuff's coming out, and suddenly she's like, lock it down, COVID spiking. We can't celebrate Thanksgiving anymore. You know, in Sweden, you know the reason they can't lock down? Because it's in their constitution that you can't stop people from meeting. Right. I don't know if many people knew that. I just found this out the other day. You can't stop them from meeting each other, because if you stop people from meeting, it keeps them from talking. And then, a dictator can come in and keep people from talking and control the masses. What does that sound like right now? It sounds like they're trying to lock us down. They're trying to keep us from communicating. Censorship is real, all right? They're keeping anyone who's got a voice that's talking louder than others about things they don't like being talked about is being cut off. But I mean, geez, my goodness, where am I headed? Right? Because I'm very vocal about this stuff. I'm not going to stop talking about it, because the more I look into it, the more crazy it seems, and the more prevalent I'm seeing it. It's just like, man, they don't want us getting together. Now, that's why they're trying to lock it down. They're trying to lock all of us down. Man, now I'm hearing all these stories about how, I don't know, the hospitals are completely empty. You know, like, oh man, well, that's because they're not even talking about COVID deaths. Or they're like, wow, 1,000 deaths every day. It's like, well, what's the normal amount of deaths per day anyway? You know, because they're labeling every death as a COVID death anyway. They've admitted it. You know, the Illinois governor came out and said, oh, here's my doctor. Why don't you explain how we do COVID deaths? And she goes, every death is a COVID death. What? Every death? Yes, every death. Even if they get hit by a bus. I don't know if you remember that, but that's the case. That's why a guy got hit in a motorcycle accident in Florida, had COVID death, but he died in a motorcycle accident, but it's a COVID death. Flu. Did you see the WHO numbers on the flu? It died in May. There hasn't been a single flu death since May. Since May. How is that possible? Because it's a COVID death. Even if you just have a normal flu and you die, oh, it's clearly COVID death. So it's, man, the fear mongering that the media does, the fact that they're allowed to push propaganda onto our citizens, we need to change that. All right, we need to change that back, because no one should be allowed to give propaganda to our citizens. Okay, and that's what's happening. And people are buying into it in droves. The media is manipulating people's emotions. They're race baiting. They're using race and sexual orientation as a weapon, all right? And they're weaponizing it. Look, that's not what should define who anybody is. You should be defined by what you do, okay? Not who you're into or what the color of your skin is, okay? It's what you do with your heart that matters, and what you do with your life that matters. That's what needs to be, boosted up. But no. We want everyone divided. All right, now that everyone's divided, now stay in your homes and don't talk to each other. All right? Oh, that person's being too vocal about stuff we don't want them to know. Censor them. Cut them off. It happened to Philip Anderson. That dude was super vocal. He was standing on the front lines against Antifa, and guess what they did? They cut him off from every single platform. He's not allowed on platforms anymore. He starts a new account, banned. Savannah Hernandez was on my show last Monday. She's going to join me. She was going to join me tonight, but she's going to join me tomorrow, actually. She got banned the very next day. Why? Because she's on the ground filming everything that's happening, putting it out for the world. Hey, this is what happened. And she even said on the show, she was like, look, I don't want to be biased. I just want to show what's going on. If they're burning the American flag, I want to say, look, they're burning the American flag. Not, man, those guys hate America. How dare they burn the flag? Which is how she feels, but that's not how she reports it. She reports it like a legitimate reporter, and props to her for doing that. Okay, look, they're just burning that flag, and they're attacking that person, and they're doing this now. And now they're attacking me. I should probably leave. And man, she's in it. And Elijah Schaefer, who she now works for, it's like, what a good team. And they still don't know why she got banned. Twitter just banned her and said, broke the terms of service. Man, if she had 100,000 subscribers, 120 or something. I don't know how many exactly, but 120,000. I'm only at about 80 or something. I don't know exactly my numbers, but it's like I have a good following on there. But man, are they going to come to me next? Because I'm clearly talking about the fraud that I'm seeing. Okay, are they going to come for me? I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to continue talking about this, and of course, I've got Savannah coming on my show tomorrow. We're going to be talking about it.